Because none of this really matters. Because none of this
That water's been in here since the twins were here.
Which one?
This water bottle right here.
That's gross.
Yeah.
It's water, but it's still
nasty.
That could have been anything. It would have been in here. What about that beer?
Yes, that one too. I actually forgot that was there until you just said that. It became a part of the background.
The set design.
Yeah.
Mary says she on it.
This is Mary, guys.
What up, Mary?
It's been 4 weeks and a lot has changed.
I know.
We got a dog.
A whole cultural change.
Yeah.
We lost. We
didn't lose it.
We didn't lose Nova. We
I
had.
was like, who died?
We had to rehome her because we have Chevy, and it just wasn't clicking.
You chose, and Chevy won.
Chevy's OG.
Too. She knows that too.
Yeah. Because we came back and Chevy's like, sick.
She did not care. She didn't like, look. Cool. She didn't sniff. She was just like, all right, bet.
Because we ordered a bed frame online, and before it got delivered, we gave away Nova, and we're like, the reason why we got the bed frame is because of Nova. But now we have a bed frame, and now Chevy's just jumping up.
You guys don't look like hippies anymore.
Did you hear that?
Was that your stomach?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was your mouth.
I thought that was a chair.
No, that was my stomach.
I was like, it's either a stomach.
Oh my god. Letterbox has their thing bleeding. Their letters.
That's
I thought
cool.
something was wrong with my fucking computer. I panicked for like 13 seconds. I was like, yo, we have to stop the podcast. This shit fucked up.
So what's up, guys? It's been 4 weeks.
It's been a while.
Yes.
4 weeks. That's insane.
I think we've been here a couple times in between.
Yeah.
But we haven't recorded in 4 weeks.
Yeah, we were just kind of...
It feels good to be here and not record, though.
Yeah. And just relax.
Yeah.
And it did feel good not recording, like, when... I don't know, just like... I don't have to look forward to anything. I could watch anything I want, for real.
Yeah. It was a break. It was well needed.
Because I was like, damn, like... What... Like, I honestly... I don't know if I want to say I've been watching less movies, but at a lesser rate. But when I do watch a movie, I'll watch, 2 movies in a day, or I'll watch 3 movies in a day. I have been going to the theater a lot more. I watched a few movies in theaters that I'll talk about. And since it's been so long, we might have enough energy to just knock out a Patreon episode. We could do an hour and some change now, and then find out when to break it. But it's October.
Yep.
Second episode.
Officially.
It's for us. Because last episode we were recording the beginning of September, but now we're in the thick of it, of October spooky season. What about you, Minda? What's up? Past 4 weeks. Rob.
First of all,
what's up?
We got a dog.
Yeah, we got a dog.
Okay.
Well, that's Mary, everyone.
That's Mary.
Mary walked into the baby shower of Juana and Chris.
And if you live in Maryville and this dog looks familiar, don't worry about it.
That's not your dog. And speaking of Maryville, that's who she's named after, Mary. That's where we found her.
She's just chilling right now.
So she was getting chased by the white dog, and then she came and put her paws on my lap.
She would not stop. Yeah, we got Mary. Yeah. They got Mary.
We kept trying to get her out, and then she kept coming back. And then I held her, and I was like, "This dog is cute." When I hold her, and then, bing bong.
I was telling Tatiana, I was like, "That's such a small dog." I made a joke. I don't think she appreciated the joke, but I told Tatiana, I was like, "You can't even hit that dog." Because that's what I said to Titi about.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, shout out to Mary, new member of the family. She's just chilling right now.
She's cute.
She'll probably be a frequenter on the appearances on the pod.
Everybody bang with her.
Yeah, she's super chill. Included. But anyways, Hocus Pocus 2.
Hocus Pocus 2.
I didn't watch it.
Listen, there's a Young Sandersons that they do, them little girls were acting.
Yeah.
When I say you thought you was watching a 1990 Hocus Pocus, but with children, you're like, oh, y'all
That's
really
them.
acting. And it's like the first 15, it was like, oh, Disney does hire the best children actors, period, point blank.
I actually don't know the story of the first Hocus Pocus.
You watch the second one, they'll tell you the entire thing.
I mean, yeah, kind of.
because I've seen the beginning of Hocus Pocus 1,000 times, but I've never like sat down and watched it. It's never been like.
I don't think it's necessary for you to watch because they do tell you like what happened. They do like flashbacks and.
Mm-hmm.
It was good because they understood who their audience was.
Mm-hmm. People in their 30s and also 5-year-olds.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. And then even those are tweeners. And they
Yeah.
had a lot of stuff that was like,
Were they saying, was it corny at all? Was they saying like new slang
no.
And
they
like-
did not. They knew.
No.
or any topical references?
Well, they know that. I think that one thing they know that they're in like Salem, so
Okay.
they know that. I don't think they lost that tone of like these aren't like cool kids. They're just teenagers.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because the movie is about teenagers. It's not technically it's not about. I guess the first one was about the teenagers, but it felt like it was more about the sisters that time than it was like Zachary and them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But this time it was kind of that same thing. But the girl actor, she was really good too. Both of them actually.
Yeah, and they also where it's modern day, like 2022.
Of course.
So Roombas, Swiffer wet mop.
So
You do the.
Are they
did
all
it-
like, oh, what is this?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they were like that in 1994 too, because they were from the 1600s.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, "What is happening?"
Yeah.
So this time they were like, "We remember the 90s, but this is even more
Yeah.
crazier than last."
They're like,
time.
people are gay?
Yeah, they never ever like nothing felt forced. That's what I liked
Yeah,
about it. It didn't
yeah.
feel super woke. It was just like a.
It was a feel
I think
good.
there were gay people in
No,
it.
you guys didn't laugh at the joke. I feel like people listening, that was going to hit hard. That was a funny joke.
What?
Like, now it's 2022. That'd be funny if the witches were like, there's gay people? I don't know. It's not funny anymore.
What the heck? You sound like a stampede.
It's a Roman.
Yeah.
But
No, it was a really good movie.
Scale of 1 to 10? All right. Rob, scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah.
I would say I'll give it like a solid 8 for sure.
Whoa.
None of the graphics weren't corny. Some of the stuff, the brother from Arrested Development is in it. The one who's the like the mama's boy. I can't think of his name. What else is he in? He was in the Chipmunks movies too.
Oh, Jason Lee? Or the main guy in Alvin and the Chipmunks?
Not the main guy.
The bald guy with the glasses.
No, not him either. Maybe I'm thinking about somebody else. It's all right. I'll
I've
look it up. You
seen
guys
Alvin and
keep
the
going.
Chipmunks.
Yeah.
Right.
Quite a few times when I was a kid.
No, the what is it? The air marshal guy.
That's who he was. Yeah, Tony Hale. He was in everything. Arrested Development. He's been in everything. He's in a lot of like
Tony
children's
Hill.
movies too.
Tony Hale? What is he?
It really, you would know him from Arrested Development.
No, is he one of those actors where
he's
is he a that guy? Like where I see his face and you're like, oh, he's in. Is he not in Ant-Man? No. Oh, okay, I know him.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
him.
yeah. I was like, how do I explain him? He's in everything.
Yeah.
Like he's in every movie.
He's a that guy.
Yes. I'm looking at his filmography right now. I was like, dude, you haven't stopped working.
No.
He's in like 3 movies a year. He's in animated films. He does voiceover. He does all of it. He's working.
Damn, that's cool. Yeah, I feel like Tony Hale. You've definitely seen this guy in something.
Yeah.
He's like the awkward kind of.
Mm-hmm. But he can
funny.
also play like he's like awkward. Like in Arrested Development, he's like on the spectrum,
Like a nerd.
almost like something's But then he's also like he can play like the villain in a
Yeah,
children's
yeah.
movie, and he says like the corny things.
He's like an evil Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah, so he's in Hocus Pocus, and he's funny in that movie too.
But
Bette Midler, all of them look amazing.
nice.
Yeah, I mean, and of course, like they still play on like the jokes from,
But
the first
not like a lot of nostalgia movies do. The only time that I really felt that they tried that they really were just like, we're just taking this straight from the 90s movie, where there's actually two scenes where they were one of them was watching a Hocus Pocus movie because the town is aware of what happened.
Yeah.
So it's like a thing in their town, and like, we know it happened.
Yeah.
So, but it's like a story to them. So they were watching like a Hocus Pocus movie.
I want to watch it now.
Yeah. But the Hocus Pocus movie was the movie from 1990.
That they're watching in Hocus Pocus.
In Hocus Pocus.
So it's super meta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so she, instead of her riding on a vacuum, now she's on like 2 Roombas. So it's just like, those are the little things that they do.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just okay. Did they follow the Top Gun method to where it's like the same movie,
No. Completely different.
but it's like updated?
Because Zachary, I'm not going to ruin it if somebody's going to watch it. I don't know.
I know there was this girl I work with. I think it was that Friday or it was the Saturday morning last week, and she was like, I watched Hocus Pocus at midnight, and she was like, and then in the morning I watched it with my kids, and then I watched it like another time. She watched it like 3 or 4 times, and she was like, I can't wait.
I think I have to watch it one more time.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
And then perfect timing.
Great graphics.
You know, Disney did it right. They put
Everybody's
money
using
into it.
that big dome now. That dome thing has changed the game from Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they were
That
talking
kind
about.
of
They were talking about in Love and Thunder, how that is like, that's why Love and Thunder was so good.
mm-hmm.
So it's like, because it immerses these actors, and there's like, all of a sudden
It's
there's
better
this
than
LED
a
screen.
green screen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's
Because
like, now
Christian
you
Bale
see
did
it.
that interview with GQ.
So you watched that?
Yeah, or no, I read like
Oh,
like his Q&A thing with
Okay.
because there's this the podcast I listen to, it's another film podcast called The Big Picture. I've mentioned it a couple of times. There's a girl, a co-host named Amanda Dobbins. Her husband works for GQ and is actually the one that interviewed
Shit.
Christian Bale. So I was like, shout out. He probably got paid for that shit. But anyways, Christian Bale said that like acting in front of a green screen during the shooting of Love and Thunder, he was like, it was the worst shit I've ever experienced in my life. He was like, it was so like bland. He was like, I think what he said, it was like monotonous. He was like, it's so just, you can't.
Yeah.
For Love and Thunder or for Dark Knight?
For Love and Thunder, there's no CGI in Dark Knight.
Because I was watching.
Christopher Nolan doesn't do CGI.
He was on the. He was on Marvel Assemble. He was talking about the dome thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he was making a comparison.
Or I think he
loved the dome thing. He was like, that dome thing really like, because they pop up the background like that dark planet they're on. He was like, a flick of a switch and you're in that realm. So he said it really put him in like, oh, I'm really here.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to use my imagination as much.
Mm-hmm. I don't. Yeah, I just remember in the movie, or in the interview, he was talking about acting in front of a green screen. He said he hated it.
He is super like method though.
Yeah. Which would make sense why he was like.
He was talking about
Because-
American Psycho.
And a lot of this, what's it called? New Marvel movies. While I'm like watching it, me and Tatiana watched Black Widow. We didn't finish it, but I saw that. I saw that part that like is memed now, where it's like it's Florence Pugh's character. She gets like blown up, and it just looks so shitty. Like it looks like she's placed in a. You know, have you seen the picture?
No.
Where it's literally like Florence Pugh and the explosion, and it's like, it just looks. I'm like, this is in a Marvel movie. It was crazy, and I was like, oh, that's real. That's not like added effects, for a meme. It's like that's in the movie on Disney Plus. I was like, that's insane. But do we want to talk She-Hulk?
Yes. Because there's been like 3 episodes, but we don't have to talk about all of them. Honestly, they really
They all
worth talking
sucked
about.
ass.
It's just I don't think that they sucked. I was like, I don't care about this.
They sucked.
I don't
That's
care
what
about
goes.
this storyline.
They
Because
suck.
you know what? A lot of women like this show.
It sucks.
I don't. A lot of women are like, I like this show. I'm like,
Tatiana
I don't like
hates
this
it.
storyline.
I just think it's
Yeah, I'm like, whatever. I watch it every week, and I'm like, I like some of the cameos and the stuff that they point out. It's a great comic book nerd show because they put a lot of people in there.
But in such
aren't
like weirdly tasteless ways though. Like there's such cooler ways to like put this in a show. But it's just like when like Leapfrog or like not even Leapfrog, when there's like I can't think of any of the other episodes, but like the retreat one.
The Leapfrog has been the best episode thus far.
That this past one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the best one with Daredevil in it. I was talking to Fonzie about it. I was like, maybe I am sexist. There needs to be a man in the fucking show for me to like
when I
it.
said it out loud, like that feels sexist. But it is a lot. That's why I was like, I can't say because I don't think a lot of the subject matter is tailored toward men. I think a lot of it is like for women. I think a lot of it is for like teen, like maybe like young adults because there are a lot of women and I don't know. I don't want to be PC. I don't know. I heard somebody say female is wrong to say now, but that's what they are. Females. I think they're trying.
That's
to,
what She-Hulk is.
Yeah. It's
Right?
Like, hey,
technically
some people
she's
will
Hulk,
say
but-
no.
She-Hulk, right? I don't
No,
know.
She's a woman.
She's a Hulk.
But
That's her race.
She's
That's her
Yeah.
pronoun.
she's obviously a girl.
Now, I like to be referred to as Hulk, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not
And
she.
Hulk self and Hulk they.
But the show sucks though, except for this Daredevil episode.
This last, I think it was the Leapfrog thing was funny. I like the
It's because of some real shit was happening, and that's what I've been saying this entire time.
It wasn't the app shit. The app shit is corny. I'm like, come on, guys, with the dating thing. This is a Disney Plus show.
This is
don't care.
Fuck all of that. This is Marvel, and this is She-Hulk. Do She-Hulk shit like she did in the comics.
Yeah.
Like,
But I think again, it had to they had to make a story to get to this point to where she said it in the the first episode was like, I'm a female living in this world today. Like,
And that's
what the fuck am I gonna
Leapfrog
blow up on?
episode-
and that's why it's not good, because it's called She-Hulk, and this is a Marvel show. They've never, no other setup like this was like, it wasn't like that for Moon Knight, it wasn't like that for Loki, it wasn't like that for anything else.
Well, that's not that. Those two things aren't fair. Loki was a spinoff essentially, and this is one of those things where you have to give Marvel, like, you're not just a comic book. You have to say something. You have to say
That's
something.
exactly what they are. A comic. That's
No, but we've already spoken on that before.
I'm getting mad. I don't know why.
But we've spoken on that before. The Martin Luther King, the Malcolm X's.
Yeah.
Like, you have to give women that chance too. You have to let them get there. Watching somebody do something that they like. Black people got Black Panther, all kinds of stuff. I recognize, I'm like, this is a woman's show. That's why every time I watch this, like,
But
this
like,
is not
does it
for-
have to be shitty? This show, these
You're
episodes,
just not a woman.
the show sucks though. I liked other shows with women in it. You know what I mean?
But you like shows with women in it. This is a very
What about-
women's issue centric
like
show.
Captain Marvel. What are like?
This is a reprieve because people really hated her reprieve. People
What do you mean?
really hated Captain Marvel because she was such an asshole.
It was like a
lot
it's
of
a
people,
redo.
A lot of people thought she was a douchey character. You're like, you just showed up and then you're just like, oh,
She's all cocky.
I mean, let's be honest. She was Jen Walters is white, but this was a blonde white woman coming in just like, I'm Miss Powerful now. You guys need me.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't react to Captain Marvel like they
So
thought
now
they
they're
would.
going in ultra soft and
You
being
got
like,
to, but that's why I said we had to give them a
So
chance.
that's why it
'cause
sucks.
They're kind of having to like, okay, we have to build a woman up. I don't say it's. I'm just like, I just don't get the subject
but do you
matter.
have to build up She-Hulk like that?
You have to build up Jen Walters like that.
Right.
It's,
That's what the whole show's about,
The
too.
way they're doing it isn't
And
good.
the whole show, they're saying, she's like, you keep talking about She-Hulk, but I want you to like Jen Walters. That's why I'm like, I want to not like the show, and I'm like, it's not that I don't like it, I just don't connect with any of the subject matter. I'm not single. I'm not a professional.
I don't like the writing of it at all, as far as like the way they're structuring it, and like,
I say this with, please don't take this sexist. I would assume a lot of the writers for this show are women.
Oh, are women.
I would assume a lot of writers for this show are women. The subject matter is too spot on for it to be written by a man. A lot of this stuff is like, to me, it looks like
I did enjoy
woman problems, and I enjoyed
like
seeing it.
That dating one when she went on the date with the dude that's actually a bad guy. That one, that was like the last episode.
Yeah.
I think that was episode 7 or some shit. That one was cool because I enjoyed the sequence of like there was no dialogue, but like it showed that she was going on a date and she's actually like happier. Shit like that. That was cool. Like I'm enjoying these sequences, but why I don't like this show and why it's shitty is because it's like, where are we going? That's what I hate. It's just like, we're not going anywhere. The past, like, there was like 5 episodes or 4 episodes straight of like nothing has happened. And it's just like, this is a Marvel show. And it's like, with all the other shows you've done, it's like, I get it where we can need to learn this character, but in a good, in a well-written show, you get to know the character while shit is going on and the decisions they make and how they react to things. And that's like how you write a character and get to know a character. And also some times of where nothing's happening and shit like that. But we had like 5 straight episodes where the story went nowhere, but at the end of the episode, something happens. And then we go to the next episode, we wait a whole week, and then we kind of address it and kind of answer a question, like half answer a question, or we fully answer it and it's not as cool as we anticipated it to be. And it's like, what are we, like, I don't know. I was just like, this could be so cool with the shit you're doing.
He also doesn't have as much source material as everybody else. I knew that was going to start to happen. A lot of these characters they're going to start to have Avengers, you had from this 1967 on with a continuing publications of Avengers.
But
She-Hulk has rarely ever, she's always been attached to the Avengers.
But like with like I agree with you. There's not there's not as much as Hulk.
She's a great character.
Like She-Hulk came in like the early 80s or some shit like that. And then, but still, like, we've only had like 3.5 hours of She-Hulk. Like, you're telling me you can't pull for, like, there's enough source material for 3.5 hours, 4 hours of She-Hulk.
I bet you, I want to go back and read the source material because Disney and Marvel they're having a hard time.
I think they're doing what we kind of are guessing what they're doing is like, because literally on the last 15 minutes of this episode 8, the one with Daredevil, it was like, literally I was like, oh, something's happening and the episode's not about to end.
But that made all of that stuff happening in the last 15 minutes. I was like, this is a Marvel movie. It's like, sometimes we don't know. You're like, this is all useless until you see that they pulled up 4 episodes worth of her with the dude, the text messages, the dating app. These people have just been watching her for the past 7 episodes, and now you're like, okay, because
what's it called, intelligentsia, something like that.
Yeah, because it made me realize that what I felt in that moment, I was like, that's not fair for a woman. That's the minute I realized, I was like, that's what this show's about. It's like, she was just living her life, like doing regular stuff, and then somebody literally just sat there and weaponized the fact that she dates and has sex and wants to be regular. So I was like, I thought that the episode sucked too. I'm not going to sit here and argue that. I was like, these episodes are fucking just like, Jesus,
no, literally,
you're doing stupid jokes.
Keep in mind, I'm not liking the show, but I'm getting up every Thursday morning
and watching
it right away. That's the first thing I do on Thursdays before I listen to any podcast.
Because you know that Marvel's going to give that's why I like this last episode. I was like, that made all those episodes
worth it.
The annoyance that you're like, think they probably don't know that? They're like, yeah, people.
No, they do know that.
Right now.
They addressed it.
So now you're like, oh, now
exactly.
she's pissed off. Now she's pissed off. All this stuff we've been watching that we didn't think mattered because we don't think it matters. You're like, none of that shit is important. None of that stuff matters to a person's life. Like, why does it fucking matter?
I think now they're gonna make all that shit pay off.
Yes, that's why I was like, I can't say that because I was like,
but you can't say the shit didn't suck watching it as it's coming out.
It bothered me.
I think Mendo was right. Like, you're better off waiting for all the episodes to come out and just binge watch the shit out of them, because that is what this should have been a fucking movie. Just made
Marvel needs to start just making movies.
Because Moon Knight should have been a movie.
You didn't like that show the way that was an every episode thing.
But it was a great show. The way they made it a show was perfect.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But it would have been a fucking crazy make it like 2.5 hours. 2 hours and 45 minutes. Fuck it, make it a 3-hour movie. That's how long Black Panther is going to be. Black Panther is going to be like almost 3 hours.
They earned that though.
Right, but I think it's because of like Daredevil being a show. Like, we have to introduce the character as a show. They already know it's not going to make that much money as a movie, so why are we going to do that? There's too much intricacy that they're trying to build up to make it a movie, to be like, oh, a Netflix special. Like,
and I
let's
bet
put it out there.
When we start seeing these movies later on, when She-Hulk shows up, and when it'll be like, I'm glad I watched the entire show. Because it'll be those things you're like, oh, you would have to know.
Like WandaVision.
Or like, what did it say? What did it say?
Obama stay.
That shit went nuts on that shit. I was like, see, there's the stuff. It's like, there's still, those writers are still like, we know what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah. It was like, clever as fuck.
Yeah. It's like that episode, I was like, her just being pissed off and just like, it felt again like a useless episode, but I was like, yeah, it was just so
But they're
fun.
Gonna get us.
Something's coming.
This last episode better be like an hour.
I swear to God, this season finale don't fucking, if it's not fire, I'm gonna be like, okay, you were right, Nate. This was all a waste of fucking
This
time.
better, but
because you can't get us hyped up with the last 15 minutes.
Based on the last half of this episode 8, I was like, oh, this was good. This was the best episode because the most shit happened. They progressed on the storyline so much where it's like, oh, I'm actually excited to see what She-Hulk does next week.
Right.
But like when I just see like She-Hulk like go to a wedding and I'm like,
but they're also reintroducing a character who is already established. That's why you enjoyed the show. Like the last part of it. Also, she mentions, hey,
and she bangs him. That's what everybody likes too.
She was like, so you can see. But she addresses the fact of like, okay, now it's over. Now the show's over. Like, why are you guys still here? It's like, oh, because it's not over.
Yeah, she's like isn't this supposed to be the end of it? Isn't the episode supposed to end?
And they did get us. And I was like, oh yeah, this is usually where it starts to like die down.
Where something happens and then they end it.
Right. But why the Marvel knew they were like, this is what they've been. We've been way smarter than we think. I know it's annoying, but
and then they mentioned like the Accords and all of that stuff.
You know what? You know, if you didn't watch
in.
Captain America, I think your patience for this pacing will be off.
Yeah.
This is Captain America or Falcon and Winter Soldier pacing. Falcon and Winter Soldier pacing. It wasn't until like the 4th or 5th episode.
I was gonna say the 4th episode.
Where you're like,
and those are like hour episodes.
Yeah, and they're taking like that's when their soldier serum,
which is like they need to stop that shit.
Well, that's why these are 30-minute episodes.
They listen. They were like, well, now y'all got 30 minutes episodes.
Yeah, because people love the new Game of Thrones shit.
Still haven't watched it.
Whatever. People are like, this shit's fire. But I think the only complaint they're getting to is like these hour-long episodes. You need to hurry this shit up. Like just 30 minutes.
I feel like some people. That's also a generation. Like, shut up, dude. Like back in the day, your favorite shows used to be pissed that every 10 minutes a commercial would come on. Right. Now we're giving you an hour's worth of entertainment. You're like, nah, that's too much, dude.
Right.
It's like, would you rather them take your money and then give you less?
That's why that Star Wars show Andor, that shit's fire.
Is it? People are so mad at Star Wars. They're like, y'all are watering down the name. I'm like, no, you're just adding to the fucking
No, they're listening to fans.
Right. Yes. Also, they're building it up for the next generation.
Because people loved Rogue One, and they're like, okay, we'll make everything like Rogue One. And that's what they're doing.
The cinematography looks just like Rogue One.
And more merchandise.
And they're doing 30-minute episodes. And they're doing it's perfect. what Star Wars is doing way better than what Marvel's doing as far as like how they're laying shit out. I think they're like more prepped because they have less. A lot of that is just original shit.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's also they've been in production since 1978.
Right. Also, because of how Star Wars is laid out, a lot of it is based off of like, you know, the series and extra stuff like that. But because Avengers was so big and then it's like gone. Yeah, it's like you can't feel that space.
That was heroin, dude.
Yeah,
we say it all the time in this show, and I still will think that our brains have that bias. That's why we think
what was she saying?
Sucks.
What is heroin?
Avengers.
Oh, okay. Like I was spacing out. I was thinking about my gay Hocus Pocus joke. I was like, did that land? I was like, I should have said something else. I was thinking, I wanted to say.
He said, wait a minute, what you say? We had a lot on this show, too. I will zone out and be like, fuck.
No, I was thinking, what if Bette Midler was like, that's not a woman? That would have been. See? No.
No, I mean, there was like a.
It's because the gay thing in Disney, they either really touch it or they never touch it at all. I don't think there was one moment of like queer in this movie whatsoever.
But it would have been funny if it was like
when they were in the Ulta with the three. They had the three people dressed up. One of them was the girl. It was some drag queens in the twice. It was twice drag queens, but it was. And
were they like?
No.
For me, that'd be funny if they were like.
I don't even know if that's.
They're like, because
that wouldn't be weird to them because them niggas wore dresses back then.
Probably,
not like them.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like them niggas did wear like lederhosens and shit like that back
kilts
then.
So they
shit.
were like, so one of the wishes goes up and was like, "Oh, you look good. You look like me. Like you're supposed to be me. Like you look good."
Oh, so it was pro.
Yeah,
very much so. But they didn't make it.
Overbearing.
Like, you look nice, and then she just kept about her business.
Okay.
You're like, okay, cool.
It was just cool.
Yeah.
It's like you see it, but it's not like outright. Oh, you're transgender.
But my joke was it'd be funny if they were like weirded out by that, because they don't know that. I don't see. I'm explaining my joke.
Yeah. Once you explain it, it's not funny. You supposed to just let it ride.
Yeah. I'm overthinking it.
Yeah, you gotta just let it ride, man. You're gonna get anxiety. You're gonna get anxious throughout the whole episode. You can be like, fuck.
I'll be like, Rob, can you just cut it out?
No, I'm not gonna cut it out. I'm about to say, I'm not cutting that shit out.
But Avengers.
It's be like, what are you talking about?
But ever since Avengers ended,
it's been an uphill climb trying to fill that hole.
Yeah.
They tried. Remember we said they tried it with Eternals, and you're like, you went too big. You're supposed to scale back first and
honestly,
then give us
right, which is why like them going into the series of like Loki and WandaVision.
What if like you think Eternals now would be crazy?
If they start introducing those characters later on, like now they would be like, yo, they'd be like that would be more
pandemic filming. Like even now it would have been better than.
Yeah.
Whatever they had to do after.
Eternals one of those movies that got hit in mid-pandemic, mid-production.
That suffered.
Yeah.
Any movie that was mid-production during the pandemic is not a good movie right now.
That was Black Widow.
Yes.
Because we were all
Fair enough.
We were all like Black Widow.
Fair enough.
It's going to be crazy.
That's because we were coming off Avengers.
But if you watch Black Widow, the structure of it, you're like, this was supposed to be way better than it was. The introduction of a Russian Captain America. Everybody loves David Harbour fresh off of
Stranger Things.
You got this new hot chick who's supposed to replace Black Widow, and everybody really enjoys her as the new Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that movie was supposed to hit way harder than it was.
Everybody liked her backstory.
Yeah,
everybody's fascinated.
I think I was like most anticipated.
Even the story wasn't bad in the movie. The movie just wasn't good.
Yeah, I think just like the vibe of it was like flat.
And you can always see that they start taking people out. There's less extras. Like once they start getting to like the farm scene, you don't see anybody anymore. It's just Nat and the dude, and then like
even when they're running through the city, it's not. They're like it's supposed to be fucking popping over here. You know what I'm saying? And they're in some like random back alley and nobody's there.
Sorry, they say you're supposed to pest.
you know.
Budapest.
Yeah, we're American.
Right. That's what I be telling people.
So, you know, I am excited
Tatiana's
to see.
mad at me.
No, I'm not. I'm just tired.
She gave me that look of like,
American.
you're disgusting.
Yeah. We bleed red, white, and blue over here.
Hell yeah. Sorry, Amanda. Budapest?
Yeah. So you could
There's
tell.
that
You
place.
could
They were
tell-
supposed to.
There was supposed to be way. It's just supposed to be more intricate, and it wasn't. There was supposed to be more depth.
Stakes.
More energy, more. Yeah.
More stakes. When you're doing high-speed chase through empty streets, it doesn't seem as cool.
It's like you guys are
Right.
fine.
You're like, there's nobody there.
Like,
Like,
you're not whipping it like you should.
Yeah.
You know
that's
what
why
I'm
Fast
saying?
and Furious 9.
That's why they're waiting on that shit.
Right.
They're like,
we're gonna do
Redo.
it. They're like,
because Fast and Furious 9, they already filmed that shit.
Once
And-
you see a Corvette get pulled through a Forever 21, you kind of up the stakes. You're like, damn, that was kind of like, you could have
Right.
died if you was inside that Forever
Yeah.
21.
That you
Yeah.
be walking into Forever 21 now and be like, damn.
I was actually listening. Was I listening to an old episode? I don't know if I was listening to an old episode of us, and I was like, we were talking about Fast and Furious.
I just watched that one.
Fast and Furious, or I was talking about how bad Hobbs and Shaw. We were talking about Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's gonna be a new one. But when I heard us talking about it, I was like, now I kind of can't wait until the next Fast and Furious, just to see how fucking ridiculous
that's why you watch
to
it.
when I listened to the Fast and Furious episode, I was like, this was a good episode. I'll even give ourselves that.
I don't know why, but it was like, I don't know. I guess I just clicked on the episode, and it was when I said like I mix all of the last 6 Fast and Furious episodes all
I
together.
mean, you can.
All right.
Why y'all look at me? I just yawned.
I
I was like,
thought
damn, why
Amanda
y'all
was-
stop?
I
She
thought-
looked at me. I was like, what?
I thought Amanda was gonna keep going.
Right.
I mean, you can like blend them all together
Because
they do.
It seems like they all do the same thing.
Everybody's fighting, shooting,
Driving.
driving.
Everybody's a spy
flying.
now. I don't need Cardi B's in it.
No way.
John Cena.
Yeah, come on, man. I think J Balvin's in it.
J Balvin.
So, I mean, where do you go from here?
I'm pretty sure he's in it.
Dinosaurs.
His only play. Or
We did.
they
It is
lose.
on record.
You
Or
should
they
make them
go
lose. Like
in the ocean.
Infinity War.
They're
Make
going
them
to go in
lose.
the ocean.
Submarines.
The
Back.
way of water.
They're gonna have like
Yeah.
they're gonna get ski dudes. They're gonna be like, now we got a custom boat that can like
It's a Lamborghini
it
jet
slices
ski.
Yeah.
through waves, and it's like, yeah,
And
yeah,
then a
yeah.
fucking avatar body comes up through the fucking ocean.
Avatars are huge, by the way. I don't think people realize.
Oh yeah, they're like 10 feet tall.
yeah,
or
they're
some shit.
really big. I don't know. You know what I just thought about? We keep saying the way of water, and I have that thing with oceans. I don't know if I want to see that movie in IMAX.
You need to.
A giant
You're going to
water
start
world.
hyperventilating.
The minute a creature comes out of a dark spot in the ocean, I'm gonna
Also,
walk out
like
of
the
the fucking
waves
theater.
crashing in your ear constantly.
I don't do that, man.
Now she doesn't want to watch it. You're
You
so.
got that thing too? It's called thalassophobia. It's like it's a fear of the ocean. Like we don't like deep bodies of
What
water.
is crazy when you Google pictures of like fear of really big things? I forgot what the name of
Don't
that.
they
for.
freak you out?
Where it's like you see like huge, like ginormous boats or some shit like that, or like ginormous fucking anything.
Buildings and things.
Wind turbines, cruise ships.
It's a lot of things like when you see.
skyscrapers. Those make me like I start sweating real bad.
There's a lot of things when you see them, pictures of them, you're like, oh, it's regular. But when you see one, and you're like, holy shit, this is huge.
Have you seen a cruise ship?
No.
There's some stuff that we make in the world. Like I want to go see the Burj Khalifa in Dubai because I'm like, there's some stuff that is just like I cannot believe these little hands, thousands of them, obviously, and they were just like, and now we have this. These are legit mega. The Empire State Building, you don't think is like when Twin Towers were still around. I saw them. It's like this is
R.I.P.
Yeah, for real. I was like, damn, that's crazy. I saw them joints, but they really are like. It makes you like you're
That's
just
crazy.
But that's what
big.
freaking Skyscraper with The Rock.
Oh, that's right.
I shit myself on that movie. I released like a little bit because he jumped and you were like your butthole pucker up. You're like, And you're
Like,
no.
Is that the
He
movie
has
where he doesn't have a
one
leg?
Yes. That movie's actually really good.
He's got one fucking.
That
I
was
feel
a
like
Rock
that's
run.
I feel like that's the review for every single Rock movie. It's actually pretty good.
Because we like him, man. That's what
Right,
it is.
exactly.
Just say it. We love The Rock.
I love The
and
Rock,
He plays himself.
but it's like you don't have to do these
You
movies,
don't,
dude.
but I want you to make money, dude.
Right.
Because you
And
were in
get
WWE and
Yeah.
you were getting your ass whooped for like $1,000 a
Like
week.
he could have not made any movies since like Central Intelligence. Like since Pain and Gain, he didn't have to do a movie.
Nothing.
And then he could have made, and then you announce Black Adam. People would be like, oh, people would go crazy.
But he's been killing the Jumanji game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Danny DeVito.
These weird fucking franchises that nobody cares about, but somehow they make billions of dollars. Like they're gonna make a Jungle Cruise 2. It's like,
Are they?
I don't know one person that watched Jungle Cruise 1.
I haven't
Nobody
seen it
watched that movie.
because it was
That's on
basically
Disney
Jumanji.
Plus.
He's wearing the same exact. thing.
It's the same movie.
The same exact movie,
They
just
were
in
like,
the
hey,
1930s. We
go to
liked the
this
new
set over
Jumanji
here.
because it was in modern day.
Yeah. And it was.
I forget.
It was funny.
I forget every single movie about The Rock. When Black Adam comes out, we gotta do like The Rock Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah.
Be Cool. The Rundown.
Walking Tall.
Walking Tall.
Honestly,
Gridiron
The
Gang.
Rundown might be like
Get out of here, monkey.
the one.
That's probably my favorite line from The Rock ever is get out of here, monkey.
The Rundown, Walking Tall, his early one, Gridiron Gang.
When
Those
he throws the fucking through the window.
the 2x4.
Just he threw that shit like it was nothing, dog.
But anyways,
He had the bat like on the back of his truck.
where are we at? 34.
41.
Damn. We got to get into Stephen King.
All right.
Featuring The Rock.
That's gonna be the next one.
The Rock plays
Pet Sematary.
Cujo.
He's never done a
Part
horror
15.
movie. He needs to do a horror movie. Nah, they don't work because he'll just beat up everybody. Can you
Right.
imagine the Hulk?
No one's
versus
gonna fuck with The
Hulk?
Rock.
I called him the Hulk. The Rock versus Jason.
Yeah, no one's gonna fuck with The Rock.
I think
Why
the
would you?
closest would be like Scorpion King.
It had to be supernatural, something that
Yeah.
can like get to him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's weird
And
that
he'd
he
be,
hasn't
like,
done a horror movie.
Running through
Yeah,
a
you never seen him be
cornfield or
like
something.
afraid of anything,
Because he's The Rock.
except for in G.I. Joe 2. Also,
Oh, Doom.
Doom is good. Doom is good.
Doom is like don't nobody talk. That's what's his name. Is one of his first. That was one of his
Carl
bangers
Urban.
too. Yeah, Carl Urban's my guy.
No, Doom when The Rock actually turns into the
When the eye, when he zooms into the eye,
Yeah.
and his knuckles pop through the
feel
gloves,
that?
he was like, "I guess it's done." I was like, "They're about to fight. They're about to fight."
yeah, that Doom, because of how like the video game it was cool.
And it was a superpower.
Honestly, playing Doom gives me a fucking headache. I don't like playing it.
I want to play the newest one. They said my boy Mark was like, "That's actually a really good game." He's
Yeah,
like, the new Doom is really
the
good.
new one. I don't know, but I know there's like Doom Annihilation or some shit like that. I played that one. A fucking headache. Just the motion.
But it's still a good game.
It's good. It's cool. But it's just, I think just I've outdone my first person shooter games.
in that hall. Don't they do like a lot of hallways in Doom and stuff?
And Doom, no, or there's a lot of canyons. There's a lot of like you walk somewhere and then it goes lower.
Oh,
and
okay.
And then it's just like a whole big thing, and then your way out is going back up, walking, and then you're outside, and then there's a whole actual like canyon. You're on Mars, so it's like it's just like a lot of in and out and shit like that.
Right.
It's fun though. Like if you want some like mindless like video game playing.
Just something I don't have to. I'm not playing like Warzone or something.
There's no strategy. You're just shooting.
I just want to shoot some. Sometimes I just want. I don't want to fucking slide cancel and goddamn do all this shit. I just want to fucking. I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima.
You could
right
go
now.
like literally like on a rampage and
I
just.
just want to just shoot sometime. But yeah, Stephen King. Let's do this.
But yeah. You ready, Menda?
I got Tinkle. Also.
Menda's not ready, I think.
I'm looking up. I have
I
a
just
list.
watched Doctor Sleep the other night. I love
But
that.
we're gonna be doing Hall of Fame.
Do you smell that?
movie. Yeah.
That's cooking. We're gonna be doing a Hall of Fame, so we're gonna go through every single movie and just say green light, red light. What's going in, what's going out. Just like we did with Tom Cruise. Go back to our Tom Cruise Hall of Fame when Top Gun Maverick came out. That's a solid episode where we just run through the legacy. That is Tom Cruise. You know what the fuck I'm talking about?
I gotta pee real quick. Y'all keep going. I can't hold it.
But I do have a list of all the movies. Ooh.
I have a list that was created on Letterboxd.
Follow Menda on Letterboxd.
That was.
She doesn't use it.
I mean, do I use anything? Not really. But so like Stephen King adaptations from his books.
Yeah, all of his books that were adapted into a movie. Yeah. We're gonna be going through every single one, and then seeing which ones are the best. Even though there's a lot of them, we're gonna see which one.
A lot of them.
There's a lot, and a lot of them aren't good. But
some of them, I mean, I think there's a couple of them that I really just haven't seen.
There's a lot of them I haven't seen. I was supposed to go on like a fucking quest of watching all of them.
But looking through this list, I'm like, it's a fucking.
There's so many. From Carrie being the first one in 1976, and then the most recent one was Dr. Sleep.
Yeah.
Or no, there was a new one this year called Mr. Harrigan's Phone.
Definitely.
That just came out. It's a Netflix original.
Oh, I haven't seen that. And there's a newer Pet Cemetery too?
Yeah, I think that one's on Netflix. No, it's not. Hi, Chevy. Come on. Go next to Menda.
Hi, Bubby.
Look, there's Chevy. I smell the food. Anyways, yeah, so we're going to go through a lot of them. Some of them we'll just fucking zip through. But there'll be other ones. Go.
Come here. Good girl.
All right.
Big girl.
So Stephen King, I've only read like one of his books ever. When I was like in high school, I think I read Cujo, but that was about it. And I heard the movie wasn't that good. I've never seen the movie. But Stephen King, we're doing this because a lot of people's favorites,
like horror movies
are Stephen King. And we're just going to run through it. And this is kind of one that's we've like mentioned and talked about. But yeah, we're going to do it. But anyways.
We're going to start earliest to newest.
Yeah. And then you guys are going to be like, is it going in or is it not? How big of a fan are you guys of Stephen King movies?
I think when it comes to like the adaptations, like I think the way his mind works, it makes for good film. Like it makes for fucking good horror movies because they're very intricate when they're done right.
Yeah, gigantic books.
Yeah, like huge. I remember I was gonna say my mom reading like The Stand and like things like that.
Yeah.
So she, I think, was that introduction.
Yeah.
To Stephen King, and then you soon later realize like the movies that you're watching are Stephen King.
Yeah, there's a lot of times like you'll read a book, or like you'll know of a book, or you say you read it, and then you watch a movie.
Yeah.
Or like you've read a book and then you find out, oh, they're making it into a movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is crazy. We got dog action going on.
Yeah. Chevy's
like, what the fuck?
She's like, I smell another dog.
But I never read a lot of my favorite Stephen King adaptations into movies. I've never read the books, which I don't know.
I mean, also Stephen King looks crazy as
He looks like he's supposed to write these books.
Stephen King looks like a creep.
Yeah, he looks like he writes these books.
As shit.
He has one of the craziest. That nigga's wild though.
It's crazy. That makes him.
Do you want to put a picture of Stephen King?
Yeah, I'll put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he look old?
No.
No, he doesn't.
Because I think it feels like he's gotten plastic surgery.
Equally as creepy.
You know he's rich as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And he lives in Maine, right?
Yeah.
He's from Maine.
He's from Maine, and a lot of his stories are like
set in
Maine. I don't know if he still lives there.
Yeah, you've never really looked at Stephen King. You're like, oh, you're a writer.
No offense, Stephen. I'm sure you're great.
I'm sure he's a cool guy.
A lot of people say he's creepy in real life too. They're like, oh, he looks. They're like, he's exactly how you would think.
He looks like the Crypt Keeper.
They're like his tone.
Like he's like, if you were to imagine a mortician,
that's exactly what he is.
That's Stephen King.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen King is a mortician. I think he played a mortician in a movie. Remember, he was in one movie, and I remember him wearing like mortician, like an outfit. He was in one of his movies, a couple of his movies.
He was also
They make
born
fun
in
of him in South Park.
1947.
Damn, he's my grandmother's age.
He's 75 years old.
He's the same age as my fucking grandma.
He's also 6'4", terrifying.
And lanky, just
terrifying.
He's a lurch.
And he's like, yeah,
nigga.
I just write.
He's a lurch looking ass nigga. Dude.
He's been married to his wife since 1971.
That we know of.
He's got right.
She's
I don't know
dead.
if she's alive or not.
What does his son look like?
She's probably super nice.
He's got 3 kids: Joe Hill, Owen King, and Naomi King.
Oh, I think.
Who the fuck is Joe Hill?
Joe Hill is a writer
From his mom, from his
Is it like a step?
his pseudonym?
from Bangor, Maine.
Shout out Julie the cat.
I've been.
You know Julie?
No, I don't know Julie.
Okay, all
But
right.
I was like, I went to Bangor a lot when I lived there.
And Julie the cat gassed me. That's where she's from.
Look at Chevy staring at her. Are you good?
So he changed his name because he wanted to be his own person and win merit off of his own name. That's why his name is Joe Hill and not King.
Okay.
So
Sure.
because he's a writer,
That's why I
and
said
all
is
that
that
stuff.
is that his like pseudonym? Because he probably don't want people to know, like John David Washington.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's
then
like, let's put 2 names before Washington, so it throws them off.
He's like,
a little
who?
bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you say John Washington, you're like, that nigga related to Denzel Washington.
and then of course his other son is a writer as well. And then he has a daughter. I don't know why the thing where it says people also ask what is Naomi King's disability. So
Jesus.
I think she has something. Cerebral palsy or something like that?
No, it's an odd twist of fate that Stephen King's first child, Naomi, was born with the chronic deficit of the hormone adrenaline. Adrenaline?
She's one of those people. I knew a guy like
She
that.
grew over time to be an avid reader, but the power of her father's books was lost on her. As terror, she believes, is a hard emotion for her to access.
I knew this dude in the military got kicked out because he was like, I don't have any adrenaline.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was like you know how most people like your heart.
It's like Asperger's.
And no, it's just like it's literally like a deficiency, like something in your brain didn't like
you couldn't access. I get what you're
it's just like it didn't develop right, or it's just not there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So like I knew this dude in the military. He always like, yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, and I thought he was just like, we had like a heart.
I think
thing.
I just saw somebody at the barbershop like that today, where it's like because one of the guy that Rich was cutting up, one of his clients gave him like a shirt that was like a Philadelphia Eagles shirt. It was pretty. Everyone thought it was like, oh, that's sick. Everyone in the shop, and then the guy was like, like he was just like that. I was like, dude, like
what time did you go?
at noon.
Oh, okay, well then no, they were just like everybody was wearing Eagles today then.
Yeah, the 2 guys are Eagles fans.
Yeah, there were like 2 people in the chair who were wearing.
Which
Eagles
shout out
stuff,
to the
too.
Eagles, the only undefeated team in the NFL. That's what I've been doing this whole fucking 4-week break, just watching football.
Yeah.
Watching hella football. Ask Tatiana.
I know. I was gonna say.
Tatiana hates me on Sundays.
She probably
There
knows
was only
now.
one Sunday where I was like, I'm over it. I was like, stop watching football.
Just enough.
Right.
Amanda asked me, she was like, I was like, I'm not a huge football watcher. I can't watch a whole game. I'm a fourth quarter kind of guy.
No, I don't know. I just got to. I got to watch the whole thing. I got to just be locked in. It's just because I'm invested in a lot of the players
Right.
and what they do. I'm a Cardinals fan this season, but I hate the Cardinals.
But maybe it's probably like me. Like I liked football a lot when all my people were playing still. Vic and fucking Moss and Ben Roethlisberger. Like those were my guys.
Yeah. But now you
Sean
see.
Taylor.
R.I.P.
Always and forever.
Okay.
Pat Tillman.
But yeah, I've been winning some bets too.
That's what I need to do.
Recently, I've been
No free promo because they be giving niggas.
I mean, I'm
ads.
not gonna say where
Yeah.
I'm betting on, but I've been breaking even recently,
That's nice.
and that kind of pisses me off. Cause like I'll lose all my bets, I'll lose all my bets all Sunday, and then I'll do the Sunday night bet and just win my money back, and I'm like, all right, fuck you guys.
I don't want her getting jealous.
And then, but yeah, I just been placing hella bets. I actually got like 1, 2, 3, 4 for tomorrow. And I still have $15 left in my, I'm not going to say what app, but that app's account. Because, just college football going on right now. I actually have a bet going on right now. Sorry.
I need to hit a parlay. I need that 12,000.
For real.
Put your pussy lips on line. I give you $1,000. We just watched Boosie today. That nigga is one of the greatest people ever.
Oh my god.
Put your pussy lips on live. Give you $1,000.
Give you $1,000.
But
She wants to be a baby now too.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, Stephen King, number one,
Hall of
Carrie.
Fame. In.
Carrie's in automatically. First one ever done. Brian De Palma. What's her name? Sissy Spacek. 70s. Traumatic. It's crazy. It's in.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
In.
Sorry. Salem's Lot.
Salem's Lot.
Salem's Lot,
Carrie.
Toby Hooper. I think that's his third movie. Or his third movie. And it's like 3 hours long, so I never seen it.
I've never
Is
seen
that her
this movie.
whimpering?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She gotta use the bathroom?
probably.
Should I let her out?
Yeah, tell Zoe take her out.
Zoe? Roman? Max? Roman, can you tell Zoe to let Mary outside? Right now, go, run. All right.
Never seen Salem's Lot.
Never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's a
I
3
didn't know
hour.
Carrie came out that long ago.
Oh yeah, that came out in 76. And then The Shining in 1980. That's obviously fucking
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Love this song. That was my first time watching it last year, and I can't believe I didn't watch it.
What?
That was my first time ever.
You never
seen
saw
it
that as a
last year.
kid, and you were like, "What?"
It
the
was one
fuck?
of those movies that, because I'm a part of meme culture, I was like, ugh, you kind of ruined the movie. Like, I had to wait for that to die down,
okay.
and now I was
For
like,
it
okay.
not to be like seared in your brain.
Yeah, for it to not become a joke of a fucking movie. Because it wasn't a funny movie at all.
No.
It was not one funny part.
The Shining was one of those movies, and that's just because of Stanley Kubrick. But it was one of those movies like when I was like 16, and I was like, "Oh, movies have meaning, hidden meanings." And I'm like, The Shining is actually about when they went to the moon, and I don't know. I was like, I forgot the conspiracy, but it was like there's like Illuminati meanings in the I don't know. I was like,
because of the carpet patterns,
Yeah,
and
the
all that
different
stuff,
rooms and all that.
it was like if you look at the book on the desk of the, I'm just like,
The
all
way
right.
the pen is facing north and south.
It was just like this makes a triangle, and I'm like, but me as a kid, I'm like, holy shit!
right.
I told Amanda, being 16, that's a really dangerous time to get conspiracy theory.
Right.
Because when I was 16, it was a 3-6 Mafia conspiracy.
Yeah, 666.
The Still Fly song, and it was saying Lucifer. They said the sample
Oh,
was
backwards
saying,
or some shit?
No, it was like the gotta stay. You know, it's like da 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 da. They were saying that's saying Lucifer is my king. Lucifer. That's what the conspiracy was.
They were doing that shit with Kanye or Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Where it's just like if you
The fucking what was it?
It
Watch
was-
the Throne?
it was like if you slow it down, it's saying like, or no, it was the Mercy.
Mercy. Lamborghini was
Yeah,
Mercy.
yeah. It
Mercy
like
was the
if you slow it down, it's saying
the Lucifer Morning Star or something
Yeah.
like that.
like that part of the song.
Wild.
It's like saying some like, but I'm
Satanic.
6. I was when that came out. I was like 11.
That's a really I feel I told Amanda, I was like, for a year I thought I was going to hell. I was like, I'm going to hell because I love 3 6 Mafia. These
I was like
niggas bumping.
the whole dollar bill.
The dollar bill thing. Now some of that stuff you be like,
But
nah,
this-
yeah.
But that was the whole Freemason shit, which they talk about Freemasons in the Lafayette book I'm reading. But I used to think Freemasons were like bad people, but they're like not. What?
That's it. They're not.
You don't want to talk about it? I bet by the time this episode comes out,
I am a Mason though. I will say that.
Rob,
I'm a
Amanda,
Freemason.
and Nate go missing because we
No.
said
We'll have to be initiated because Rob's a Mason.
I'm a black Mason though, so they don't let me in on the secrets. They're like, you niggas stay down
you
there.
get it 4 months and later.
They're like, you niggas can drink together. That's what you get. You don't get no secrets.
Right.
We just be partying and drinking. That's all we do.
You
in
get
Prince
a
Hall
hall.
Masons.
You get a
You
hall.
get a building y'all can go hang out at. You don't get no secrets, nigga.
But anyways, The Shining
Okay, next is
is Creep Show, directed by George A.
what
Romero.
about? Oh no, sorry, Night Shift Collection Volume 2. You're not seeing that?
No, I'm not doing like shows or TV movies or nothing.
Is that what that is? I'm on Letterboxd, so I didn't.
No, I'm doing. There's like a list on Letterboxd that's all Stephen King adaptations.
Stephen
But
King
the next one is
adaptation.
Creep Show, George A. Romero. I've never seen it, which is kind of a sin because George A. Romero is the GOAT.
I don't think I've ever seen.
But I know this is really popular though, as far as like the horror people
Yeah.
that like go to Zia Records every day.
Oh yeah, the anthology. Yeah. Creep Show.
And then the next one, would
I
you
like
say
Tales
no?
from the Hood better.
Wait, was that a red light,
No.
green light for
It's a
Creep
red
Show?
light.
It's a red light. I like Tales from the Hood.
Exactly.
Tales from the Hood.
Tales
Was it
from-
Tales from the Hood?
Tales from the Crypt?
Or
No,
use
it was a Tales from the Hood
spin-off
horror.
one.
Yeah, it was a
Oh.
horror one with like it was called Tales from the Hood. Like it was black people.
Yeah.
But with Tales from the Crypt.
What was
Like
the
Leprechaun?
what was the
Leprechaun in the
Snoop Dogg? The Snoop Dogg Bones?
Bones.
Bones.
Classic.
That's not Stephen King, but
That's not. It's in the same. All those movies are just taking like that same vein of like we're just gonna put black people in a Stephen King movie. That's what they did.
Yes.
Christine,
Christine.
Love
John
it.
Carpenter.
Yes.
This isn't
Green
in
light.
order. This list isn't in order.
The Cujo movie.
Cujo? Yeah.
You would
My
say yeah?
mom was like,
Scarred.
Cujo. You want to see a
My mom-
scary
they-
movie?
I think whatever it
Cujo.
was-
Old people
back then.
love Cujo.
Yeah.
My mom hated. That's why I had a thing with dogs for years because she was
Yeah.
like, Cujo terrified me.
Yeah. It is terrifying. Right, Chevy. Huh.
Cujo, would you say in?
I think it's in. I think it's a classic moment for Stephen King.
Yeah, it is iconic.
Yeah.
Like Cujo as a character, I feel like is
Yeah.
iconic. But like the movie, I don't know. I've never seen it, and I don't really know a lot of people.
They
that
had 3 movies come out in '83: Cujo, Dead Zone, and Christine.
on fire.
That's nuts to have 3 movies come out in the same year that you wrote, technically. Because would it be that he was the author of the books and then somebody would adapt the screenplay, or
Somebody else would write the script.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like it's
would
his.
would they consult him still though?
Yeah, they have.
Okay.
they have
okay.
to. Yeah.
Okay. I never knew how involved he was in.
Or like I don't want to say you would have to, but like I'm sure like in the beginning, like in Carrie, I'm sure like they have to go to Stephen King and
Yeah.
be like, this is but Stanley Kubrick didn't. Like he just made it. He just had the rights to the book and then made the movie.
Yeah,
a lot of the
good
times you
job.
could just all you have to do is have the rights to the book and you could just make the movie.
I'm sure Stephen King don't own those. I'm sure his publishing company does.
And then the Shining, because Stephen King didn't like The Shining.
What?
Yeah, he was like, that's not my book. That's not what my book's about.
Oh yeah, because I heard that Doctor Sleep was more.
Yeah, that's the name of the book. It was Doctor Sleep.
Okay. They were like Doctor Sleep was way closer to the original source material than.
Yeah. But Stanley Kubrick
Because The
took it.
Shining is based off of Doctor Sleep, the book.
So it was backwards.
Because
So
The Shining is the name of that magical.
Yeah.
It's just because Stanley Kubrick didn't make it magical and
Right. Not like Doctor Sleep. If you watch Doctor Sleep, then I mean,
It's
we'll get
still
there.
creepy.
Yeah.
Dr.
it's
Sleep,
still it's still good.
way more, but it is way more like telekinesis.
But
and
when you have one of the
telepathy.
greatest directors of all time make a movie,
You're like, all right.
it's just
Slapped.
like it's
at the time it slapped.
Right. And
It
I mean,
still
it
does.
It still
still
does.
gives him more publicity and promo for people to read his books.
mhm.
I guess as an author, I guess I wouldn't. I guess that would irritate me more. It's like, y'all like that? That wasn't even my fucking shit. Like that would irritate me a little bit.
Yeah, he was just like he didn't like the movie because it wasn't loyal to the source
The
material.
Dead Zone, is that the airport movie?
The airport movie.
No, that's Landoliers, whatever that shit is called. There's a movie when they're in the airport. Landoliers. That's it.
A Stephen King one?
Mm-hmm. If you look, it's way down the list, but I thought that's what Dead Zone was.
No, Dead Zone is about like this guy. Honestly, in like this day and age with COVID and everything, it's kind of like what do you call it? It's kind of settles with you differently.
It
Resonates differently.
Resonates.
I was like,
That's the
think of a
word.
We found it.
it
I was like, we're there. We were there.
resonates different because of everything that's happened, which is a lot of movies, because that's what art does. But then when you watch The Dead Zone, it's like, damn, like I am sick and no one does understand me, what I'm going through. It's like
Was he like half dead or something in the movie?
no, he's just kind of like a recluse kind of thing going on. The synopsis right here, this little log line says Johnny Smith is a school teacher with his whole life ahead of him, but after leaving a fiance's home one night, is involved in a car crash which leaves him in a coma for 5 years. When he wakes, he discovers he has an ability to see into the past, present, and future life of anyone with whom he comes into physical contact with.
That's almost I feel like that Moon Knight took that a little bit. With
Maybe.
the Ethan Hawke character, where he was like, I'm gonna judge you based off your past, present, and what you'll do in the future.
I say that can go in The Dead Zone.
Never seen it.
Meta? It's Christopher Walken.
I don't think I've ever seen it. But,
So it's not. Well, I don't want to like override.
right. I can't say that it's not good. But I mean, I guess it seems kind of cool. I mean, it is David Cronenberg, so
Yeah. But it is like off
she
kilter.
said no. So
Yeah, not going in. Carrie, The Shining, Christine is what we got so far. And
Yeah.
Cujo, did we say yeah to that?
Yeah.
Cujo.
That scared my mom too.
I guess since we
Ugh.
have,
She farted.
she farted, didn't she? Okay. I guess that how we'll do this system is like 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
If 2 people say no or like haven't seen it, it's not going in.
Okay.
So we have Carrie, The Shining, Christine, and Cujo.
Okay.
And the next one after Dead Zone is Children of the Corn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have to.
Is that Mary? Hi.
She really was like, I'm at the door. I'm like,
Children of the Corn.
yes.
That's going in. Because that movie is crazy.
That movie's crazy.
Because
Wild. I mean, and it's still like
There's been 4 sequels of that shit too.
yeah,
5.
true. Also
6, I think.
there are, but
I think
it's
we went up to,
still
like,
like
6.
something you say like, oh, fucking Children of the
Yeah,
Corn.
fucking
like,
Children of the Corn. Never. You can't. No kid cannot be like. A lot of blonde kids, you'd be like, watch out there, Malachi.
Malachi.
Back up, Malachi.
If you hear the name, they're like, oh, that's the one.
that's the devil.
That's the devil right there.
That's Satan himself.
I'm like, why would you? And that's the other thing too, is like, why would you name your kid that after the fact, after the
Children
movie?
of the Corn.
Because the only people who love that movie would name their kids Malachi.
Yeah, they're like, I name my kid after Children of the
Yeah.
Corn. I'm
I
edgy.
love Stephen King. It's like, no, you don't.
No,
You
you
watch the
fucking
movie.
weirdo.
Fucking creep.
You're from Maine.
Children of the Corn goes in.
There's someone right now like, damn, my kid's named
Damn,
Malachi.
I live in Maine.
We'll change it. That's still legal.
But I got a dog named
The
Malachi.
next one is Firestarter.
Lit.
Yeah.
That goes in?
Yeah.
Hilarious. Just the shots of her when she's using her powers, it just makes me laugh. But her hair,
Because I don't think this movie's that good.
it's not. I wouldn't say it goes in, actually. I'm just saying I saw it. I didn't say that it should go in.
It's like hilariously bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like this movie.
I think for me it's because of Drew Barrymore.
I think everyone just knows this movie as like, oh, that's when Drew Barrymore was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing with E.T. People were like, oh, that's little Drew Barrymore. But it's not that good. But, so yeah, Firestarter not going in.
No.
The next one is Cat's Eye.
Never heard
Also
of it.
Drew Barrymore. Haven't seen that one. Silver Bullet. Haven't seen that one. Move on.
Silver Bullet.
Mm-mm.
No.
Maximum Overdrive is actually directed by Stephen King. He made a movie.
That was... I don't know. I used to get Maximum Overdrive and Christine mixed up a lot.
Because it was like
A car.
Everything Comes Alive.
Mm-hmm. The Everything Comes Alive movie.
Stephen King actually was writing Maximum Overdrive.
Mm-hmm.
I never seen the movie, but like I just know that when he was writing the book, like he couldn't finish it. But like the only way he could like do it is like in a script form. So like he instead of like finalizing it as a novel first, he just made a movie. So like producers were like, "Do you want to make this into a movie instead?" And he was like, "Sure." And that was in 1986. So he's probably like, "Yes."
Yes. I mean, it looks like it. So.
They said this man was coked up. That's how you get 3 movies out in 1983.
Also, how you lose your face.
I think
He probably
his face
has no
already like
nerve.
that.
All his nerve endings are
Right.
gone.
You think he was already like that?
Okay, so
Oh
yeah,
my
Maximum
gosh.
Overdrive not going in.
Nah.
Nah.
The next one
Nothing
is
memorable.
Stand By Me is going in
That's a good one.
for sure
dead body?
with River Phoenix.
I had no idea that was a Stephen King movie.
R.I.P. River Phoenix.
Love that movie.
Rob Reiner.
Who's Rob Reiner? The director, but like he directed it When Harry Met Sally, which is a good movie. I think Billy Crystal is a good-looking man in that movie. I think he's a handsome
The
man.
Princess Bride, A Few Good Men, The Bucket List, Misery.
The next one. So Stand By Me is going in.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I remember seeing that movie when I was a kid.
Y'all want to see a dead body?
Creepshow 2.
No.
Nope.
The Running Man is going in.
Has to.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's like probably my
Arnold.
favorite one.
Some of these movies I had no idea. I didn't know The Running Man was Stephen King either. I love The Running Man.
Running Man is sick. Pet Cemetery.
He's in the thing.
The Running Man is actually like sick as fuck. I hope
I
that's.
don't think I've ever seen
I wanted
it.
that movie to be remade or like adapted again.
That would be a great adaptation in today's.
Yeah.
A lot of Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, they were made now. Even like that Terminator movie he was in wasn't terrible. It was actually really good.
See, another one of those movies. Actually, really good.
You would
Not
want it
that
to
bad.
suck, but it's like, yes, bring Arnold back and get that fucking stupid robot out of here. Pet Cemetery,
Pet Cemetery.
lit, gotta go in there.
Amanda.
Yeah.
Also, still a part of a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They put a lot of pop culture references
Yeah.
to Pet Cemetery. Still,
we're going off of iconography.
Yeah,
When it comes to the Stephen King movies.
because he's an icon. He single-handedly like scared multiple generations.
Oh yeah. I mean, probably still today, because
There's
people
still
probably
stuff.
hate dogs because of that and animals.
For sure.
They're like, you buried your animal, like.
And it came back to life and killed everybody. You buried your son there too, and now he's back.
I'm making the list of the movies we added to the
Okay.
Hall of Fame.
Tales from the Dark Side. I can't remember that.
So the next one.
I never seen that.
Would be.
Is that Joey Lawrence? Is Matthew Lawrence? Young Matthew Lawrence. You're not Matthew Brothers' generation, are you, Nate?
Matthew Lawrence, Joey Lawrence? No.
Yeah, you're not. There's another one. Matthew, Joey, and fuck. That's one Why he
Mark
quit?
Or something.
Yeah, he quit. Nick, something like that. That nigga quit.
What's the next one?
It.
Graveyard Shift.
Oh yeah, Graveyard Shift.
No.
No. Next one is It.
Next one is It.
I never
Definitely.
seen that one, if I'm being honest.
Definitely.
The original It?
Yeah.
Yes,
You have to put that in there.
definitely in there.
Long ass fucking movie.
Is it?
I was glad the remake made 2 parts because Jesus, that movie is long
Damn.
as fuck.
3 hours and 12 minutes.
That movie is long as shit.
That's wait. So
Also
are we
terrifying.
putting
and it's way more story than the remakes.
But are we gonna put both It's
Mm-hmm.
in there?
I feel like the remake did an amazing. Skarsgård did.
No,
great.
like in the Hall of Fame, are we both It's are gonna be in there? Because I feel like that's a better way to eliminate. Is like, are we gonna put the remake in there or the original?
It's not fair. Because the original.
Should we yellow light it?
I think
Just-
we'll go.
Just throw it in there.
Put them together, make them the same. Because it's not, the story didn't change.
But they're two
between-
different movies, though. They're completely different movies.
We can do
Because we're gonna
movies.
start like the later we get
Yeah.
into more modern times, we're gonna get into more different adaptations.
Yeah. So we go the original.
I know some adaptations. I wouldn't say that the remakes in this were
Because
too
there's gonna
far
be
apart.
another Pet Cemetery, and there's gonna be another Carrie, and there's gonna be another. There's like more remakes, you know. So we can't bundle up It.
You would hope that they. Only reason why I would say bundle it because the It remake didn't suck. You don't know if Pet Cemetery remake is gonna suck or not.
Yeah. I think if we're
It
going
was
based
very-
off of Stephen King versus the people who are making the movie,
Mm-hmm.
then
The story.
But is the
still
original
same.
It going in?
yes.
Yeah, it has to. Yeah.
All right. Sure.
And then
Misery.
Misery.
Never
Yes.
seen it.
I
Oh
say
wait, yeah,
yes.
I have. I'm lying.
That movie.
Also
yes.
didn't know that was him.
Misery.
I was like, this is real fucking life.
That's real life shit.
That's real.
Because that part with the ankles.
yeah.
The animals.
Oh, I want to fucking die. I want to die thinking about that. Ugh.
Any movie that does that, I'm like, y'all wild.
That's real.
That happened in Leprechaun too.
Real.
Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. No. We're going to blast through these. Golden Years, no. Sometimes They Come Back. Have you guys seen that before?
Never heard of it.
No.
I'm not even seeing half of
The
these.
Lawnmower Man.
No.
That sounds like something Rob would watch.
I have seen that.
The Lawnmower Man with Pierce Brosnan.
Oh no, that's not it. I thought that was the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I haven't seen
The
that.
Lawnmower Man. No.
No.
Sleepwalkers.
Wait a minute. Lawnmower Man's with the one where they're mowing his brain. Cause the kid, I did watch Lawnmower Man where he's slow at first, then he becomes like
A simple man is
increasingly-
turned into a genius through the
Yes.
application of
No, that
computers.
movie needs to go in there.
Menda.
You got that movie needs to go in there.
Menda?
When he's a special person,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden he becomes like you're creepy.
I give you one.
Add it in.
Because I've never seen it, so I
I've
don't know.
never seen
Oh,
it.
you should have said that. Oh yeah. If you ain't never seen it, then it can't go in.
Not going in. Sleepwalkers. Never heard of
seen
it.
Never seen it.
The Dark Half.
Never seen it.
Never
seen
seen it. Needful Things.
What
Never-
about the Tommy Knockers? What is that?
I don't know. It looks cool though.
Yeah.
Ugh. That movie looks terrifying.
Looks cool.
We gotta go watch
A
that.
bird UFO slowly turns into local inhabitants into gizmo building alien mutants. That seems cool.
Yeah, it sounds like Body Snatchers, but with an actual
The Shawshank Redemption.
Got to.
Going in.
And,
Didn't know that was Stephen King. That has to go in there.
All the best ones where I was like, I don't know. The Stand. No. Dolores Claiborne. Never seen that, but I have heard of it.
The Mangler.
The Langoliers. Is that the one you were talking about?
Yeah. that
Directed
was
by
creepy.
Tom Holland. Not Spider-Man.
not Spider-Man.
Not
'Cause he would have
Spider-Man.
been like,
Not
5.
born yet.
3 hours long. Langoliers. The jet leaves on a red-eye flight from Los Angeles to Boston, but early in the flight, 10 passengers awaken to startling realization all of the other passengers have vanished.
Creepy as hell.
That's crazy.
that sounds crazy.
I've never seen it.
I've seen it. I can't remember a lot of it only because I saw it as a lot of movies I only saw like once or twice because Stephen King movies make you so uneasy.
Right.
And I was young, so I was just like, this is creepy, man.
The Mangler. Never seen that.
Never seen it. Looks creepy as
Thinner.
fuck. Never seen it.
Mm-mm.
The Night Flyer. That looks crazy. Have you seen that?
Oh my god.
You see that?
I don't
That looks
know what list
crazy
y'all
as
looking
shit.
at. I'm not looking at the same list. Jesus Christ.
Never seen it.
Never seen it, but looks
Quicksilver
wild.
Highway. Never seen it. The Shining remake. Wow. Well,
What?
that's a TV movie.
Oh.
Ah.
Is it a Michael Jackson's movie?
No.
What list are y'all looking at?
On
I'm on Letterboxd. I clicked Stephen King and I sorted it by release date, and he's a
Oh
writer.
no, not him. You search the lists.
Yeah, lists.
I don't. But you gotta tell me which one, because not everybody's list is the same.
Stephen King adaptations.
It's like the first one that pops up. If you just type in Stephen King in lists, that's like the first thing that pops up.
And then we're just doing that one.
Trucks.
It just says Stephen King. They all just say Stephen King. That's why I didn't click none of them.
Trucks, never seen it. Apartment Pupil or Apt Pupil, never seen it. The Green Mile.
Yes.
Rob,
Sure.
Love it.
going in. We're just fucking running through these.
Storm of the Century.
Nope.
What is this
Parts in
one?
Atlantis. Damn, he's made a lot of bad, or there's a lot of bad adaptations.
Mm-hmm. Carrie again.
Carrie, David Carson, 2002. That looks like the scariest one, if I'm being honest. No, Menda.
Original was.
The original was the best.
Yeah.
Rose Red. Never
Rose
seen
Red,
it.
never
A lot of
seen
these
it.
I haven't seen. This is a terrible episode because I haven't seen any of these.
Right.
The Diary of Ellen Rimbauer. Never seen it. Dreamcatcher, 2003. Dreamcatcher? No?
No.
I'm just going to keep saying them until somebody fucking is like, yes.
I just had to find a damn list.
Stephen
I'm
King's
not on my phone. It wasn't popping up.
Kingdom Hospital? No. Riding the Bullet? Damn, there's a lot. Salem's Lot again. Secret Window with Johnny Depp. You guys remember that movie?
No.
I've never seen it.
It's too late, babe. I already got it now. I already figured it out.
1408. Damn, The Mist.
Love it.
The Mist was good.
That's on Netflix. I want to watch that again.
I watch The Mist all the time. I watch it like once a month.
Go.
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 Go. Go. She was waiting for Mary to move. Another
That's my water
Children
bottle.
of the Corn. 2009.
Yeah, that was the remake. That one sucked. Wasn't even close to as scary as the first one. Maybe because it was also 2009. But I'm
Yeah,
just saying
2009. There was a whole fucking stock market
Dolan's
crash.
Cadillac.
Nope. Bag of Bones. Nope.
Never heard of it.
All these fucking the Carrie one with Chloe Grace Moretz,
Not that good.
It wasn't terrible.
but not Hall of Fame worthy.
No.
Willa, never seen it. A Good Marriage. Big Driver, Mercy, Cell with Samuel L. Jackson and John Cusack, came out in 2016.
Mary.
11/22/63. Oh, that was a series on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
The Dark Tower with Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey.
No. It wasn't a bad movie, just no though. It's way fantasy than it is scary.
The 2017 It.
Yeah.
Yes.
Part 1 and 2.
I didn't like 2 at all. I
love
loved
part
1. Part 2 to me sucked. Gerald's Game, no. 1922, the Netflix movie. It looks good, but I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, it looks good, but I have not seen it. I feel like it's like before Children of the Corn became Children of the Corn.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Pet Cemetery.
No.
Same thing with In the Tall Grass. Would that be like Children of the Corn?
Yeah.
Is that in Children of the Corn again?
Yeah, it looks like it, but I don't know if it is. I don't think it is.
They be hitting you with the different titles and be like, "Side nigga, Children of the Corn 7." Doctor Sleep.
It chapter 2 and Doctor Sleep is going. That's a
Has
lock.
to.
Doctor Sleep is
that
for
has
sure.
to.
It's an absolute
Doctor
lock.
Sleep was such fucking Ewan McGregor, man.
And if
Fucking
you haven't
Obi-Wan.
seen Doctor Sleep, go watch Doctor.
Go
Sleep.
watch
If you
Dr.
haven't
Sleep.
seen
It's-
you gotta watch The Shining.
Watch
first.
The Shining again,
Please.
and then watch Doctor Sleep. I went in. I was like, I'm not gonna like this.
Yeah,
Why would
same.
you even touch that
Same.
book ever again? But then I watched it. I was like, oh,
Everybody acted
this is
their ass
fucking
off.
good.
Yeah.
The Hatter girl.
It's such a good story
the
too.
fucking the Immortals. The telekinesis and what
The
was
little
it?
boy
It wasn't
from,
any telekinesis. There was a lot of telepathy.
Yeah, it was The
A
Shining.
lot of telepathy.
Yeah.
But that's what he said. Even like it manifests his way. So the girl did the like. She had the what do you call it? Suggestive powers. But she was like, "You want to kill yourself?" And he was like, "Okay, bitch."
Okay, so we're done, but we have 15 entrances and we need 10. But we have all bangers. We have Carrie, The Shining, Christine, Cujo, The Dead Zone, Children of the Corn, Stand By Me, The Running Man, Pet Cemetery, Misery, The Shawshank Redemption, The Green Mile, The Mist, It, and Doctor Sleep.
The Mist can go because it wasn't good acting. Great story, but it wasn't good acting.
Ooh. Okay.
I have like a here.
What about
I
Cujo?
can hear that.
What about the Cujo movie? Compared to
No,
the
that
rest,
gotta go. I mean, I gotta stay. I gotta stay.
compared to the rest of the movies, does Cujo?
No, I mean, it is a movie about them niggas in the car the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like when you say it out loud, you're like, this shit fire, but not that fire.
Yeah. I'll get rid of Cujo. Oh, we actually have 16 movies. I forgot to say the original It. And you said remove The Mist?
Man, I'm thinking about the fall.
I think you're thinking about the fog when she gets sucked up.
With Jamie Lee Curtis? Gets sucked up. Go watch the Nope episode.
No, the fog when she gets sucked up.
Yeah.
No, the fog is with the ghost people. They're in
The
town.
Fog is with Jamie Lee
Oh.
Curtis.
No, you're not in that one.
The Fog? The John Carpenter movie?
Mm-hmm. With the redheaded chick. Is that one?
Am I
No,
imagining?
not that one. No, not that one. 2005, The Fall.
Oh. Oh, with that.
Yeah. That one. I didn't know there was a 1980 The Fall.
That's the only one. I didn't know there was a 2005 one.
No, I didn't. The Fall. I was like, The Fall sucked. That shit was trash.
No, The Mist.
The Mist.
That's
with
one
the
when they're in the
monsters,
grocery store.
and they got
Yeah,
and it comes in and
yeah.
wraps them with the
That shit's
the
fire.
thing.
That I say that stays in.
I love the sirens when the mist is coming.
Yeah.
That's like the scariest part.
Those siren. The siren is actually really scary. I actually fear hearing that.
You hear them all the time in Florida.
That's scary.
You're like, oh, hurricane's coming.
What about? Are we gonna fight between the original It and the new It,
No,
or are they
they're
both
both
going
on there.
Yeah, I think they're one.
What do you get rid of? Children of the Corn?
I haven't seen that in so long.
What about? Do you get rid of? This would be my vote. Do you get rid of Pet Cemetery?
Hot key? Go ahead, knock that off.
Between that and Children of the Corn?
Yeah, knock off Pet Cemetery.
I say you can knock off Pet Cemetery.
Okay.
Cause it was like I think Pet Cemetery. Some of again, there was one of those movies where it's like their premise is
Yeah, it's
great.
a great story. It's probably a fucking amazing book.
Right. I think the Children of the Corn movie, though.
The
Is-
children in 1980 children actors just is like
Creepy. And they're all in
and
the
they're
fucking...
bad actors.
Yeah, and then they're like in the overalls and they're all dirty.
And they're all just like this.
Damn, this is hard.
That's how they deliver their lines all the time.
This is really hard because we have Carrie, The Shining, Christine, The Dead Zone. The Dead Zone?
I can't say that. I haven't seen that movie, so I can't say.
Linda?
It can
If you
go.
haven't seen it, it can go.
I feel like if we haven't seen it, it might not. Because a lot of Stephen King movies just be on Stars and
Yeah, they just
Showtime
be
at night.
on.
Yeah, it's like, if you haven't seen it, it probably don't slap for real, for real.
I
think
love
the Dead Zone can go.
I love David Cronenberg, but like, if we gotta get rid of one, because we have, like I said, Carrie, The Shining, Christine, Children of the Corn.
These are all movies that people still reference and watch.
Stand By Me, people still talk about. The Running Man. That's a little bit.
We just like Arnold, so we can take that off.
Take it off.
We love Arnold.
That's a fucking amazing movie. But
it is. The graphics in that movie were ahead of its time.
Shawshank.
Shawshank got to stay in there. That's for me.
The Green Mile.
When I was locked up in a nut house. Green Mile
gotta stay.
What's his name? Fucking
Michael
Hammer.
Clark Duncan.
No, Hammer Tech. We said his name.
We forgot his name last name.
We say it all the
time.
Rockwell. Sam Rockwell. Because every time I see him, I see his character from Green Mile.
Wild Bill.
Yeah. When he's on the fucking thing and he's screaming.
I vote we could get rid of the original It and keep the new one.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Because it's like the new one's obviously better.
Yeah, when he bite his arm off and you're like, the original one didn't show the kid with his arm missing.
Exactly.
Seeing a kid with his arm bit off was one of the saddest things I've ever seen in a movie.
So we got to get rid of one. One more. We have Carrie, The Shining, Christine, Children of the Corn, Stand By Me, Misery, Shawshank Redemption, The Green Mile, The Mist, It, and Dr. Sleep. You know what?
That can go.
Low key.
Compared to the rest of those.
Low key, Stand By Me can go.
Compared to the rest of those, I'm like, you're talking about slappers now. We turned it down to like, these are the movies that.
Because I would have voted Misery, but like, Stand By Me could go.
Yeah.
And we're talking about Stand By Me, Kathy Bates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that got to stay.
Misery, Kathy Bates.
Bates,
there's literally a Lil Wayne bar.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Well,
she that's the reason why she's in all the American Horror.
I forgot
Stories.
what song, but Lil Wayne said, "I put her out her misery, Kathy Bates."
I put her out her misery, Kathy. I can hear it.
He literally said it, so I think we got.
It's good. It's
and James Caan.
And that's the reason why she was in American Horror Story, and she was really good in it.
I always forget that James Caan was the dude.
Yeah.
In there, R.I.P. James Caan. He just passed away.
He did just passed away.
So we got our Hall of Fame. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Carrie, The Shining.
Yep.
Christine.
Yep.
Children of the Corn.
Yep.
Misery. I was going to say Missouri.
Missouri.
Same thing.
The Shawshank Redemption. The Shawshank Redemption. The Green Mile. The Mist. It. And Dr. Sleep.
Man, no shit.
We got like decades.
We just watched Dr. Sleep. I'm going to go home and watch that again.
Bangers.
We got like 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s.
They actually stabbed the kid in Dr. Sleep. That was so sad.
And that little boy's a good ass actor too.
The from fucking Bad Boys.
Good Boys.
With Good Boys.
That dude.
Cume.
Cume.
You know, my mom uses like cumin. I'm cumin.
But we did it. That's our list.
She has hair on her lips.
The blow up dog.
But that's it.
That's it.
We did it.
Yeah, that's a fire ass list.
I'll make another graphic. Did you guys like that graphic that I posted on Instagram?
Yeah.
I'm not on Instagram.
Was that cool? I also hate being on Instagram. I was like, Menda, can you do it?
I did nothing. Because I'm barely on there. You know what I'm there for? The laughs of Black Twitter.
I had to delete it because
the shit sucks.
I caught myself opening it all the time when I was bored. It has that effect. It's like, oh, I'm doing nothing. I'm going on Instagram.
Yeah, that's why I deleted it.
And that's why I deleted it. I still like it. That's where I get my news.
I literally, I still have it because I just post when an episode comes out. That's all I post is like new episode out. And I'll be on there for like an hour being like new episode and I'll tag everybody, fucking whatever. And then be like, all right, fuck Instagram.
I don't have that discipline. But yeah, that's it. Right at hour 30.
Nice. I need to go pee. So that's Stephen King. Next week, this next episode is about to be amazing because I'm already started, but I'm watching every single Michael Myers movie because they're all on either Peacock or Shudder. Mm-hmm. And yeah, every single Michael Myers movie because Halloween Ends comes out next week, and yeah,
you gotta be ready for it.
we all gotta watch. I already bought my ticket. I'm going to see Halloween Ends in the Dolby Theater because I have to, and then it's gonna be sick.
Yeah,
I gotta rewatch. I'm rewatching every single one. By the way, I'm just gonna say this now: Halloween 2, the original one that came out in 1982, is fire. It's so good. Like, I'm just gonna say that because I think that's the perfect sequel. I know it's been done twice, but like the idea of doing a sequel where it's like immediate, like it's the same night. Like Halloween was already a all-in-one night movie, but like you keep going with the night. That's such a genius. It's like, oh, the nightmare keeps going. Right. I love it.
Because you hate that about some movies. You're like, damn, where were we again? Like, no, this shit is like, you know exactly where we were.
The only bad thing about the movie is that they reshoot the ending of the first one, and it looks terrible. And it's just like, it's so like forced, like reenact. You're like trying to copy something that's already been done. It's like they didn't have to do that, but it was the 80s, so it's
it
like,
would have looked way different. They tried to just use their originals. They were like, that's from the 70s.
But yeah, Halloween 2 is so good. That's on Peacock if anybody has that.
Love the Halloween movies.
So yeah,
I tried watching there was a 2010 Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
Yeah,
awful. Just they took the whole point of Freddy out of the shit. It looks like, to me, they're trying to make everybody look like they killed themselves. And I'm like, that was never how the original one was. It's like, he's like, oh no, don't make me do it. It's like, this motherfucker has knives for hand. Why would he need you to put a knife to your throat and slit your own throat? Twilight, what the fuck are you doing? It was a dude from Twilight, the big strong one, that's his power. Yes. It's that one. It's that guy. I was like, what the fuck?
But we're doing all the Halloweens. They're all, shout out to Shudder because they have a lot of the non-popular ones on there, and they have the first one on there.
I'm sure they make a bunch of money every Halloween, every October. I'm sure people sign up for Shudder.
Because Shudder's the shit, and so
they're like the Spirit Halloween of streaming services.
I'm gonna do what I can to watch every single Michael Myers movie, and I'm already starting on it. It's and I'm excited. So yeah.
I'm gonna put that in at the end after I just did that.
We're gonna do it.
Fade into it.
Michael Myers episode next week.
Yep.
Laters. Did you say anything?
Nope.
I didn't say bye.
Yeah.
Bye. Menda, wait.
You gotta sign off.
Wait, Menda, sign off.
And make tell them to follow us.
Do the outro.
Like, listen, subscribe, follow.
Rate, review.
Because none of this really matters.
Bye.